Were there any other questions that occurred to you as we were kind of walking there? I didn't answer.
No, I'm just curious, like Laura's house, there was no bathroom in there, so she was for use.
There's a bathroom in there, I believe.
It's to the right of that.
Oh, her bedroom. Oh, okay.
Or, you know, so now you've walked around a little, and just to kind of give you a perspective, the platform we were standing on was about out here at this point. And so the building is going to be, the first phase will be about here to about here, and then in the front will be where the parking lot is, and you'll just kind of come in and park out here. Eventually, we'd like to, for the second phase, we'll build a larger thing. We're in this building right at the moment. This was Laura's house we just walked through, and this was that house that we walked through the first part. And where we were, where John was talking earlier, it was here. So you've only looked at maybe half of the property. There's this whole area back out here that there's still room for different kinds of things that could be done. And again, all of these homes, we can't build anything there, and we can't set them up for residential use, except for the ones that were already residences. So because they were residences, we can have them there. They're kind of grandfathered in. If you went and said, oh, I want to build another little house here for somebody to live in, you can't, because we're in the airport development zone. Of course, the airport doesn't want a lot of homes there. Up above here is one of the runways for the airport, and if any of you fly, this is where you come off, and then you make a right turn off that runway, and that right turn is called your crosswind, and it just comes right over the top of this crosswind. So,
How about that?
and here's sort of an architect's idea of what things will look like. Again, we were on a big platform out here, and this is turned in the other direction. So here's the freeway. We're looking at the freeway here. This one we're looking from the freeway back. So again, this will be the first building. We'll have the stage and so on here. People work there, and then there'll be some room for children at the backside there. And then eventually, when we build the second part of the building, this will be the main sanctuary. There'll be a big area in between the two, and then most of the children's ministry will be up there.
How big will the sanctuary seat?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I think that when we build this one, we'll get about what we have right now at Sierra Court, maybe a little less than that. So we may have to go to 3 services depending on how things go. When we finally get to this, it'll be a much larger auditorium. I think we'll be able to see 3,000 something. Wow.
Where's the garden?
The garden?
On this picture.
On this picture, the garden is right out here. And so you were here at this barn. If you parked along this road and kind of walked up, you probably walked by the garden. And we'll go out this way a little bit, wander around here, and then probably we'll find your cars along the way. And if you need to go ahead.
Is this 1 acre? Is this 1 acre?
From here to here, back to the end of the property line there, it's 36.5 acres.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And another interesting thing is this sort of triangle of property here, it belongs to the city, and it butts up against the golf course. There's no other private property that goes against that. So if we need to expand, the city's agreed to rent that to us, or lease that to us for various kinds of things. We might use it for overflow parking if we need it. I know somebody wanted to put a drag strip out there.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
For the youth ministry.
So what are you going to do with that extra piece of land?
What are we going to do with this? Well, at the moment, we're just focusing on getting the church built. But we could do small light industrial stuff. We could build offices here and have nonprofits go in there. Actually, Dave has been incredibly creative at his use permit, and he's listed all kinds of.
The group's ready to come in, the next group. All right.
Dude, I told you
We're having so much fun.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, all right, well, let's go out and we'll talk about it more.
A little question. Are those floors then?
Yes, they are. Let me call you when you come in here.
You guys got the talker.
No, I told them they could do it a different way, but they...
Yes, you did. You said go backwards. You were true. Oh, you're sweet. Yeah.
Well, you gotta step it up a bit.
Well, honey, I'm waiting for you.
Oh, you're saying, once we get to the auto guy.
So Hendrix owns the auto dealerships on Santa Rita, and that is the driving trigger for the Staples Ranch property development. So Hendrix was hot on it a couple of years ago, but now that the auto market's cooled, they still want to move, but they're not as intense about it.
Right.
Pretty much is what's going to happen because the county did a really smart
Depends on
thing.
how phase one goes.
And the county planner created this thing called the Emerald Fund, where they sell these county properties and they don't spend it. They put it in the Emerald Fund, and whatever interest it generates, that goes into the county budget. So far they have about $200 million in there, but see, when they sell Staples Ranch, it's going to add $150 million to it. And so they're being careful about, they want to sell it all in one chunk to a major developer. So they still have the senior care facility and the auto dealers who signed a contract to purchase it, but they just haven't executed on it yet.
So I had a couple questions. One question was those doors inside the room in there, those are actually doors from the barn here, so that all the trim in that room was taken from a lot of the barns that are on the property. So we're using a lot of the stuff that's here. Second question was, is this the same initial parcel that we bought, that we own? And no, actually it's on the other side of the driving range. If you turn around and you look, you can see there's one fence here to keep the balls from coming in, and another fence far down on the other side. If you can imagine a piece of property about the size of the driving range on the opposite side there, that's what we bought those many years ago that we've already paid for. Now this land was donated to Children's Hospital. Now, they couldn't do anything with it. So a gentleman bought this land to get the money to Children's Hospital, and the city kind of talked to us about, well, this would kind of work for a church a lot better. There's more acreage here. This is, as they say, about 36. That is 25 over there. So we entered into an agreement with the man who bought this property to buy it from him. We have an option. The hope is, of course, to sell that property over there and use that to provide a lot of the funds for this. And eventually we will do that. But as Greg was saying today, it's not the greatest time for real estate development. So what we're going to try to do is hold on to that, get this stuff built out here, and start coming out this way rather than the $40,000 a month that we were paying for the rent out in Dublin. And kind of get the focus out here so people can see. So you actually haven't bought this? This is not purchased yet. We have purchased the other land. So we have an option for this. We have an agreement with him on how long we can stay here and all that kind of stuff. So no one else can buy it except for us at the moment.
And the lease money that we spend here is like lease to buy.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go into the details of that because there's a whole bunch of stuff there, but we can talk about it more.